उसके बाद जब मैं जैसे ही घर गई, जब मैंने अपने आप को फर्स्ट टाइम शीशे के सामने देखा, मैं उस दिन पूरी तरीके से टूट गई। लाइफ में फेस सबसे ज़्यादा मैटर करता है और वही चीज़ नहीं है लाइफ में। मैंने अपने पापा मम्मी को बोला कि मुझे नहीं जीना, मैं इस फेस के साथ नहीं जी सकती हूँ। ये क्या हुआ, क्या है मेरे साथ, ये क्या हो गया।
They know the horror of being badly disfigured by men they barely knew.
បាត់បង់ទាំងកិត្តិយសក្នុងសង្គម បាត់បង់នឹងការងារ បាត់បង់ក្នុងមុខមាត់នៅក្នុងសង្គម ហើយកំហុសដែលវាធ្វើ ខ្ញុំមិនអាចលើកលែងទោសឲ្យបានទេ ទោះបីថានិយាយរួមបាត់បង់ទាំងអស់ បាត់បង់តាំងពីញាតិមិត្តជិតឆ្ងាយ បងព្រោះខ្ញុំអត់មានកំហុសអ្វី ហេតុអីបានវាមកធ្វើចាស់តអសិចលើខ្ញុំ
They've had their faces stolen, but they have their voices and a mission to end acid violence forever. In 2005, in Delhi, India, a 15-year-old student is about to see her life change forever. She is living happily with her parents, with no thoughts of marriage. But Laxmi Agrawal catches the eye of a much older man, the brother of a friend.
15 साल की थी, वहीं बड़ी हुई, 15 साल की हुई। फिर एक लड़के ने मुझे देख के मुझे प्रपोज किया, 32 साल के लड़के ने। मैंने उनका प्रपोजल रिजेक्ट किया।
His name is Naeem Khan, and he refuses to take no for an answer. He harasses Laxmi for 10 months, calling and texting her. One morning, she's in an upscale Delhi neighborhood, walking to a bookstore for school supplies.
जब मैं यहाँ से आ रही थी और आते हुए अचानक से वही लड़का बाइक से और वही लड़की उसके छोटे भाई की गर्लफ्रेंड, यहाँ पे जब मैं यहाँ पे आई, आने के बाद वो वहाँ से आए, दोनों उस साइड से दोनों आए। फिर उसके बाद लड़की ने आके यहाँ पे मेरे फेस पे हाथ रखा, मुझे ज़मीन पे धक्का मारा और उसके बाद मेरे फेस पे एसिड डाला, दोनों हाथों में डाला।
The pain is excruciating.
और मैं एकदम तुरंत बेहोश हो गई और उस टाइम पे मुझे खुद नहीं मालूम मैं कितनी देर तक बेहोश रही हूँ। और उसके बाद जैसे ही मैं होश में आई तो पूरा बॉडी में एकदम आग सी लग रही थी और बहुत पेनफुल था। बहुत तेज तक चीखने लगी, पैर हाथ पटकने लगी, समझ ही नहीं आ रहा था क्या करूँ। और मैं बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हो रही थी, बहुत ज़्यादा। लेकिन उसके बाद फिर किसी ने मेरी मदद नहीं की, मैं यहाँ से नीचे गिरी। गिरने के बाद फिर मैं वहाँ पे टर्न करके चली गई।
Finally, a good Samaritan calls the police, who rush Laxmi to the hospital. She is taken to a burn center in Delhi.
और मेरा जो फेस है वो धीरे धीरे एकदम बढ़ता जा रहा था। इतना वो पेनफुल था, इतना जलन मच रही थी काफ़ी टाइम। और उसकी स्मेल इतनी अजीब सी स्मेल थी कि काफ़ी टाइम तक कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कहीं से कुछ स्मेल आती है तो वो सहन नहीं होता, ऐसा लगता है वही एसिड का स्मेल है।
Dr. Kuldip Singh is a burn specialist who cares for Laxmi.
Most of the times, the first treatment is that you wash with copious amounts of water.
फिर जैसे ही मुझे अंदर ले जाया गया और उतने में उन्होंने मेरे ऊपर 20 बाल्टी पानी डाले।
Dr. Singh takes healthy skin from Laxmi's body and replaces her entire face. At one point, she does not open her eyes for 2.5 months, while her mother anxiously watches over her.
कैसे हो?
कुछ भी मुझे समझ में नहीं आता, ना मैं खाना खाती थी ना मैं करती थी, खाली मुझे इसे देखना था। मुझे किसी भी कोई भी आता था मिलने के लिए, मुझे मिलने नहीं देने था, खाली मैं इसके पास ही रहती थी। मुझे चाहिए ये और मुझे रहना इसके पास में और किसी को नहीं रहना।
और बिल्कुल ताज़ा केस देखेंगे तब पता चलेगा कि कितना पेनफुल होती है, उसको देख के ही पता चलेगा कि फेस को मांस निकाल के फिर उसके ऊपर नया मांस चढ़ाया जाता है इस तरीके से, तो तभी वो बहुत पेनफुल, एक मतलब पूरे फेस का हिस्सा खराब, आंखें खराब हो जाती है, कान खराब होता है, नाक खराब होती है, होंठ खराब होता है, स्किन, माथा, ये सब। तो छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को लगाया जाता है धीरे धीरे करके, तो प्रोसीजर पूरी ज़िंदगी भर के लिए ही चलता रहता है।
Laxmi spends 4.5 years in and out of the hospital, undergoing a total of 7 operations.
First released her deformities, grafted them, waited for 6 months, released the remaining deformities, waited for 6 months. Once everything was done, then Laxmi underwent what we call total face skin replacement, which means we removed the scar of her entire face except the eyes, around the nose and the lips.
खाना नहीं खा रहे?
नहीं, खाना तो खाती हूँ।
वीडियो उसकी सनस्क्रीन की
ये तो पढ़ा नहीं।
देखना है, उसमें ना SPF 10 होता है।
She was tough. I have never seen her down, depressed, sad, morose, nothing.
Fortunately, surgeons are able to save Laxmi's sight. Many acid victims are left blind, but there is no way they can restore her appearance. She'll bear the scars of her attack for the rest of her life.
उसके बाद जब मैं जैसे ही घर गई, जब मैंने अपने आप को फर्स्ट टाइम शीशे के सामने देखा, और उस टाइम मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ, एकदम हिल गई मैंने कहा क्या सोचा था और क्या हो गया, मतलब ये हुआ क्या है। मैं उस दिन पूरी तरीके से टूट गई। मैंने अपने पापा मम्मी को बोला कि मुझे नहीं जीना, मैं इस फेस के साथ नहीं जी सकती हूँ, ये क्या हुआ, क्या है मेरे साथ, ये क्या हो गया। लाइफ में फेस सबसे ज़्यादा मैटर करता है और वही चीज़ नहीं है लाइफ में, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी ज़िंदगी को जीना सीखा है मैंने और जी रही हूँ और आगे भी जीऊँगी। और लेकिन ये है कि मैं उन लोगों को कभी नहीं भूल सकती अपनी लाइफ में, कभी नहीं, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ा एक पेनफुल लाइफ की, उससे मेरा सब कुछ चेंज हुआ है, परिवार वालों का सब कुछ चेंज हुआ है, पूरी फैमिली का सब कुछ चेंज हो गया।
For victims of acid violence, the physical recovery is just the beginning. Many are abandoned by friends and even their families who blame them for the attack. They lock themselves away, ashamed. Laxmi is no different. After her attack, she battles depression and thoughts of suicide for years and rarely leaves the house.
अगर मैं बोलूँ तो किस सहारे से बोलूँ, बहुत ही परेशानी होती मुझे, मैं इसे बोलती नहीं हूँ। रात में मैं रोती रहती हूँ मैं इस बच्चे के लिए, क्या ये बच्चा हमारे पास रहता ठीक रहता तो इसकी कहीं शादी कराते।
Despite her pain, Laxmi decides to press her case against her attacker, an unusual decision for an acid victim in India. Cases can take 10 years to move through the courts if they are prosecuted at all. Sentences for convicted attackers tend to be light.
this type of cases were not taken seriously by the courts at all.
Kamlesh Jain represents Laxmi and other attack survivors pro bono.
Even if the girl was burnt in a very serious manner, she had lost so many organs of her body, and still only 2 or 3 years punishment was given to the accused.
But Laxmi presses on.
सीरियसली मेरी लाइफ एकदम चेंज हो गई है. उसके बाद जब एक शीशे के सामने जाके देखो तो वही सारी चीज़ें सामने आती हैं. बस उस टाइम पे पापा मम्मी ने एकदम दोस्त की तरह बहुत अच्छी तरीके से सपोर्ट किया मेरा, बहुत अच्छे से सपोर्ट किया. कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, बहुत समझाया, बहुत हौसला दिया. फिर उसके बाद डिस्कशन चला. डिस्कशन में यही चला, मुझसे पूछा जाता था कि जो तुम्हारे साथ हुआ है तुम क्या सोचती हो उसके बारे में. तो मैंने बोला मैं यही सोचती हूँ जो मेरे साथ हुआ है वो किसी के साथ ना हो, कभी किसी के साथ नहीं.
The attack that left her near death and scarred her for life has made Laxmi determined to put a stop to acid crimes. She is not alone. More and more attack survivors are refusing to shut themselves away and be silenced. Not all victims of acid crimes are young women, and not all attackers are motivated by jealousy. In recent decades, Cambodia too has seen a rash of acid attacks. 120 kilometers from the capital, Phnom Penh, Cambodia's Kampong Cham Province is home to a victim who is a grandmother. 55-year-old Kong Tu has always had a full life. Until 2011, she worked at a rubber plantation and was an elected leader in her village, a deputy to the commune chief.
ក្នុងភូមិនោះហើយខ្ញុំជា gender ភូមិឲ្យគេល្អទៅតាមផ្លូវល្អហើយនឹងខាងផ្នែកធ្វើបុណ្យធ្វើទានគេមានការរវល់អីទៅគេមកតាក់ទងខ្ញុំទៅខ្ញុំជួយរកការងារអីឲ្យធ្វើការដូចគេអត់គេឃ្លានអីពេលគ្មានអីចឹងទៅខ្ញុំមានបន្តិចបន្តួចហ្នឹងខ្ញុំឲ្យគេនឹង
But gangsters are causing trouble in the village. 19-year-old Pov Kolap is one of them. Kolap is preying on Kong Tu's nephew, trying to recruit him into the gang. Kong Tu intervenes, and the gangster turns his anger on her. He threatens her repeatedly. Then one day, he follows her into the rubber plantation where she works.
ធ្វើសកម្មភាពដែលចាស់ទឹកអាស៊ីខ្ញុំហ្នឹងវេលាម៉ោង 4 ជិតភ្លឺថ្ងៃទី 15 ខែកញ្ញាឆ្នាំ 2011 ខ្ញុំដើរអញ្ចឹងទៅដល់នេះខ្ញុំឃើញគេរត់តាមក្រោយខ្ញុំព្រឹកខ្ញុំក៏ចាំងគោមទៅឃើញវាខ្ញុំរៀបថាអាកន្លះឲ្យធ្វើអីហើយខ្ញុំក៏អត់បានចាប់អារម្មណ៍ថាផងស្រាប់
Kolap is carrying 5 liters of acid that he stole from the plantation.
តែវាលើកពេលត្រោកវាំងមុខខ្ញុំឃើញមុខវាច្បាស់តែងហើយលើកវាំងមុខអញ្ចឹងស្រាប់តែវាធ្វើចលនាជះអាស៊ីតខ្ញុំតែម្ដង
The acid burns like water heated to 300 degrees Celsius. Kong Tu runs, screaming, tearing off her clothes.
ខ្ញុំដើរបដាខ្ញុំរត់បដាខ្ញុំយកដៃនឹងយកទឹកជ័រហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមកលាជះនឹងទ្រូងខ្ញុំនឹងជះអញ្ចឹងហើយនឹងស្រែកឲ្យគេជួយទៅដល់ចកាតាមលីបានគេជួយដៃខ្ញុំមកតាខ្ញុំមកគាត់ឃើញខ្ញុំខោអាវនឹងរូបអស់នៅតលីអូដល់នៅតលីអូអញ្ចឹងយកកម៉ាក្រោបហុំខ្ញុំហើយយកឡានដឹកខ្ញុំទៅចូលមន្ទីរពេទ្យ
Kong Tu has terrible third-degree burns on her face and body. The first 2 hospitals she visits can offer only basic treatment. She has to go to the capital, Phnom Penh.
មានការលំបាកដែរជិះឡានទៅវាចង្អៀតផងហើយតម្រាំដល់ហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំនៅឈឺនោះវាមានការយកអង្គុយទៅដូចវាជាប់ប៉ះលោកគ្រូ លំបាកដែរតែធ្វើម៉េចដូចជីវិតខ្ញុំត្រូវពិការអញ្ចឹងត្រូវតែការព្យាបាលហើយនឹងធ្វើការនេះហើយចេះតែតស៊ូទៅ
It's a 4-hour journey, but finally she arrives in the capital at a third hospital and meets a doctor who can care for her, Dr. Kiovana.
Okay. So the Kongtu just went here, right here. He has a 3rd degree of burn, and the severity of burn is a 21%.
The sulfuric acid used in most attacks is strong enough to eat through every skin layer, creating 3rd degree burns, the worst possible. Thrown at the face, the acid literally corrodes eyelids, eyes, lips, ears, and noses. Survivors are frequently left blind or deaf. Extensive scarring makes it hard to move. Dr. Vana and his staff strip away Kong Tu's burned skin, fight the infections that flare up. Then they graft healthy skin onto the burns.
We not do the skin graft only one time and cover all the burn, just only step by step. So we take a 8-time operation for her until now, right?
A year and a half after the attack, Kong Tu still struggles to move her arms. She has lost her right eye completely. She can still see from her left, but it is damaged, and more surgeries are ahead to save it.
So I showed on the eye still exposed, like cannot completely close. It's still like the lower eyelid, still the contracture. So we need to do release the contracture and put skin graft for the eye.
The amount of acid that was used and the distance Kong Tu had to travel to the hospital aggravated her condition. She has suffered crippling disabilities that cannot be repaired.
ច្រៀងកាត់ក្តីឈឺចាប់នឹងដែរតែនៅតែនឹកឃើញរហូតការឈឺចាប់នឹងរហូតតសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងពេលណាដែលខ្ញុំនឹកឃើញគេធ្វើការលន់ទៅបានលុយច្រើនគ្រប់គ្នាទៅខ្ញុំនៅផ្ទះនឹងអត់មានលុយមានកាក់អីចឹងទៅខ្ញុំទឹកភ្នែកដែរនៅតែនឹកឃើញ
Her husband worries about who will care for her if he dies.
ឥឡូវផ្នែកអីឃើញដូចពូអ៊ំដឹងស្រាប់ហើយរាល់ថ្ងៃនៅក្នុងផ្ទះដាំបាយក៏ចង់កើតពូអូក៏មិនចង់កើតទេអីដែរបានតែខ្ញុំទៅចាស់ជាវាចេះតែទូលមកឲ្យរែកមកយកមកឲ្យពុះឲ្យកាប់ទៅដាំទៅឲ្យខ្ញុំជាចាស់ជាវានឹងថែគាត់មិនដឹងថ្ងៃណាពេលណាណាបាទប៉ះពាល់ខ្លាំងណាស់
Kong Tu's son is also deeply affected, and his work suffers.
មានតក់មានអារម្មណ៍តក់ស្លុតដែរឃើញម្ដាយមានគ្រោះថ្នាក់អញ្ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំលែងអារម្មណ៍ធ្វើការងារទៅបាននឹងគេដកខ្ញុំទៅឃើញម៉ែគ្រោះថ្នាក់អញ្ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំទៅរកការងារណាបាន
Once a leader in her village, Kong Tu is afraid to be seen in public. Cambodians tend to cast blame on victims of acid attacks, accusing them of bad karma or doing something to deserve the punishment.
បាត់បង់ទាំងកិត្តិយសក្នុងសង្គមបាត់បង់នឹងការងារបាត់បង់ក្នុងមុខមាត់នៅក្នុងសង្គមនិយាយរួមបាត់បង់ទាំងអស់បាត់បង់តាំងពីញាតិមិត្តជិតឆ្ងាយបងព្រោះខ្ញុំអត់មានកំហុសអ្វីហេតុអីបានវាមកធ្វើចាស់តអសិទ្ធលើខ្ញុំហើយកំហុសដែលវាធ្វើខ្ញុំមិនអាចលើកលែងទោសឲ្យបានទេទោះបីថា
Fortunately, within days of her attack, Kong Tu meets advocates who can help her. Erin Bagoisi works at an NGO called Cambodian Acid Survivors Charity.
We do a variety of things, from coordinating their medical care, if they need surgeries, postoperative care. We make home visits to them throughout Cambodia.
The survivors' charity is trying to understand why these attacks occur so they can be stopped.
Communities like this, communication breaks down and people don't sit and talk through the issues. Unfortunately, Kong Tut was the victim because she tried to resolve the dispute between the families.
Kong Tu's medical care costs more than $8,000, but the charity raises the money and the family does not have to pay anything. They also introduce Kong Tu to their legal officer. Kong Tu wants vengeance, but the odds are stacked against her. In many Asian countries, including Cambodia, an attacker's family will try to resolve the dispute with money. That's not enough for Kong Tu. Kong Tu decides to file a police report and press the authorities to arrest and jail her attacker. A landmark battle awaits. October 2013, Delhi, India. At the Ministry of Home Affairs, victims of acid attacks are demanding justice. Among them is Laxmi Agrawal. Laxmi is not here for herself, but to help this woman and her husband. Roshni Rathi is the mother of a young woman who was doused with acid at the train station in Mumbai. 23-year-old Preeti Rathi had excelled in school and was on her way to her first job as a nurse with the Indian Army. Her father, Amar Rathi, was with her.
वैसे ही कोई कल्पित जो सरफिरा था उसने पीछे से आकर के मेरी बिटिया पर एकदम से टच किया और जैसे ही उसने पीछे मुंह किया तो उन्होंने एकदम से उसके मुंह पे एसिड डाल दिया और एसिड काफ़ी गया जो उसके अंदर भी चला गया कि श्वास नली और खाने की नली दोनों डैमेज हो गई.
The attack is so severe that Preeti dies within a month. And her family has no idea who did it or why. It may be a case of mistaken identity. Preeti was a visitor to the city when she was attacked. Now the Rathi family wants Indian authorities to find her killer and prosecute him. Kamlesh Jain is helping them.
The parents are running from this place to that place for getting some relief, some inquiry, or they are thinking that at least the culprit should be arrested, the culprit should be identified and he should be in jail. Even that wish is not being fulfilled. I think the main reason is because the girl is not alive and nobody taking this case very seriously.
अभी हम चाहते हैं भी जांच हो और वो कल्पित पकड़ा जाए जिससे कि उसको प्रीति को न्याय मिले और वो कल्पित को पकड़ा जाए उसने उस दोषी ने क्यों जो है इस पर अटैक किया, कारण क्या था, क्यों किया उसने.
मैं तो उस दिन बिल्कुल ही टूट गई थी, ख़त्म हो गई थी. लेकिन जिस ख्वाब से मैंने अपनी लड़की घर से निकाली थी, 1 तारीख को तो इतनी खुशी थी, 2 तारीख गम में डूब गई मेरी. तो क्या रह गया मेरे पास, क्या रह गया ये बता.
Laxmi and other victims are demanding a thorough investigation into Preeti's death. They belong to a new organization called Stop Acid Attacks. The campaign is the brainchild of Alok Dixit.
Thank you. I was like shocked that such crimes happen, you know. We wanted to give them a voice, a kind of voice, you know. So that was the purpose. There was no NGO working dedicated towards, you know, acid attack survivors. So our plan was to make us noise, you know.
Alok publicizes the attacks on the internet and asks for donations. With the money raised, the organization pays survivors a salary every month. The income helps cover their medical bills.
We write an article, we post it on in crowdfunding websites, we write articles on Facebook, we write them on our blog page, and then I don't know how, but we get funds, and then that fund directly goes to that girl.
When Alok heard about Laxmi's case, he recruited her to work on the campaign to stop these horrific attacks. Laxmi began to tell her story publicly, and slowly her shattered confidence started to mend.
फिर उसके बाद मैं स्टॉप एसिड अटैक कैंपेन से मिली, फिर उसके बाद वहाँ पे मिलने के बाद फिर मेरी वहीं से एक जॉब स्टार्ट हो गई, वहीं से मेरी एक लाइफ स्टाइल, और वहाँ पे जाने के बाद मेरी लाइफ स्टाइल चेंज हुई है, बहुत ज़्यादा चेंज हुई है। जो मेरे ड्रीम्स जो चले गए थे वो ड्रीम्स फिर से स्टार्ट हो गए हैं।
एक सुबह जो मैं निकले घर से, वो काली रात बन सी गई।
Laxmi was attacked in a very crowded place in Delhi, in Khan Market, and no one bothered to catch that attacker, you know. So when Laxmi asked for support, you know, no one even came forward, you know. This is the message we are getting from the government and from the society, that such crimes are not so heinous. She's now become the face of acid violence, you know. She's fighting. Her case is now discussed with in so many committees. I think that will be the best thing. When they'll talk, everyone will listen, you know, and that's our plan.
The hard work is starting to pay off, but only because of another tragic death. On December 16, 2012, a 23-year-old student was brutally gang raped when she boarded a bus in Delhi. 13 days later, she died. Protesters took to the streets demanding justice. 4 of her assailants have since been sentenced to death. In 2013, new laws to protect women were passed. One of them stiffens penalties for acid attacks. Attackers can now receive from 10 years up to life in prison. Laxmi and Stop Acid Attacks have put their muscle behind another law to make acid harder to get.
तो मैं यही सब मेरे मन में सवाल आता था, क्या एसिड को रोका नहीं जा सकता है? एसिड को बंद नहीं किया जा सकता? इसकी बिक्री नहीं रुक सकती? कैसे बिकती है एसिड? क्यों बिकती है? एसिड को बैन कराने के लिए जिस चीज़ से यहाँ पे मतलब एक लड़की के साथ साथ उसका पूरा परिवार जलता है, तो एसिड क्यों नहीं बंद हो सकता? यही सवाल सबके मन में।
Attacks with acid are a weekly occurrence in India. 700 people are assaulted every year. The weapon is easy to obtain. Acid is used for household cleaning and is readily available in neighborhood stores. Laxmi proposes a law to curb acid sales.
7 साल के बाद 2013 में 18 जुलाई को बिल्कुल अच्छे तरीके से ये रिज़ल्ट आया कि एसिड को रेगुलेट किया जाए, जो 18 से ऊपर है वही एसिड ले सकते हैं, जिनके पास पहचान पत्र वगैरह है वही ले सकते हैं.
The buyers will have to produce their ID card, and the seller will have to maintain a register to whom he is selling and all that.
The campaign to restrict acid sales has taken hold in Cambodia as well. In 2012, Cambodia adopted tough new restrictions on the import and sale of industrial and battery acids. Here, people buy acid off the shelf to replenish batteries that power electric generators. Now, all purchases must be registered.
មានគំនិតមួយគួចផ្ដើមថាបើសិនជាយើងអាចគ្រប់គ្រងនៅការនាំចេញនាំចូលអាស៊ីតនឹងបាន
Police can use the list of registered buyers to find a culprit after an attack. Activists also expect that the registry, combined with harsher sentences, will stop attacks from happening in the first place. But so far, these victories are in name only. India is facing a problem of enforcement.
Government is not enforcing that law properly. That's why you can find acid anywhere.
Our producer entered a shop in November 2013, 4 months after the law requiring registration went into effect. Without any ID, she bought very strong acid for domestic cleaning purposes, the acid often used in attacks here.
Even a bullet costs more than an bottle of acid, and it can spoil one's life forever and ever, and it's just not one single life, it's the entire family.
Shamina Shafiq is a member of India's National Commission for Women. The commission is collecting information on every acid attack in the country to understand where and why they occur and to raise awareness.
The DM, the district magistrate, and the SP, the police authorities need to ensure that the message is sent out very, very strongly that the women of this country are being safeguarded by the best of the laws in this country. Trust me, India has got some very, very good laws as far as safeguarding rights of women are concerned, but the only problem is the implementation of the laws.
But Stop Acid Attacks and its lawyer, Kamlesh Jain, want even tougher laws.
Sale of acids for domestic use should be stopped completely. It should not be seen in the market anywhere. Number 2, compensation, then medical treatment and rehabilitation of the girls should be the duty of the government.
Acid attack cases are still moving through India's courts very slowly. A judgment in Laxmi's case was handed down in 2009, 4 years after her attack. Laxmi's principal attacker, Naeem Khan, was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Few cases in India are even prosecuted, but Laxmi and her mother were hoping for more.
उनको फांसी देना चाहिए, सीधे उनको फांसी देना चाहिए. उसके कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम उसके लिए, ना है उस पे हम इंतजाम, हम उसके बदले में कुछ नहीं कर सकते. सरकार को करना चाहिए कि उसको सीधे फांसी में चढ़ाना चाहिए.
As Laxmi fights to stop acid attacks forever, Kong Tu is hoping a tough new sentencing law in Cambodia will also send her attacker to prison. Like India, Cambodia's track record for punishing acid crimes is weak, and attackers have little fear of punishment. But Kong Tu presses her case, even as she faces threats from the gangster who crippled her.
ក្រោយពីខ្ញុំដាក់ពាក្យបណ្ដឹងមកក្រុមជនល្មើសនឹងវាគម្រាមកំហែងលើប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដែលនៅក្នុងភូមិខ្ញុំដែលឃើញវាទាំងប្រមាណនឹងអត់ឲ្យធ្វើសាក្សីហើយនឹងគម្រាមកំហែងសាច់ញាតិខ្ញុំនឹងប្រាប់ថាសិតតែមិនមែនទេអីទេសោកគ្រប់ណាចាតែប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលនេះទៅខ្ញុំគឺអត់ខ្លាចទូបីគម្រាមប្រពន្ធបានដែរខ្ញុំត្រូវតែវិច្ចរកមុខច្បាប់
Net Sotenim is working on Kong Tu's case and has seen many survivors give up the fight.
អ្នកជំងឺភាគច្រើនគាត់មានចិត្តតឹងតែងនឹងរឿងការដាក់ពាក្យបណ្ដឹងច្បាប់គ្មានដំណាភាពសម្រាប់គាត់ទេច្បាប់គឺអយុត្តិធម៌សម្រាប់គាត់ណាអ្នកដែលប្រព្រឹត្តគឺតែងតែរួចខ្លួនហើយគាត់ជាអ្នករងគ្រោះគឺតែងតែទទួលទុក្ខវេទនា
One survivor who watched the attacker go free is Prim Sri On. Sri On was attacked in 1999 by a woman who lived nearby. The woman was jealous of Sri On's beauty and success.
រងគ្រោះនេះគឺដោយសារការចំនួនការចំណាយឈ្នានេះអីអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលនោះខ្ញុំគេងនៅលើរឹងគេបានចាក់មកលើខ្ញុំហ្នឹង
In 1999, medical treatment for burn victims is almost non-existent in Cambodia. Sri On is given just a 30% chance of survival. All the skin on her face has to be replaced. She loses one eye completely and is blind in the other.
បានដឹងខ្លួនឯងថាទីការថ្នាក់ខ្ញុំអស់សង្ឃឹមមែនតើតែនោះខ្ញុំមានកំណត់ថាចង់សម្លាប់ខ្លួនអត់ចង់មានចិត្តចង់រស់នៅអីតទៀតនិយាយទីការឈឺចាប់ដេញអារម្មណ៍របស់ខ្ញុំមិនគិតថាខ្លាចស្លាប់ឬមួយក៏អីខ្ញុំគិតថាមានតែអារម្មណ៍ឈឺហ្មង
Sri On's attacker is jailed briefly, but manages to win her release. She moves out of the village, but authorities have made no attempt to prosecute her.
ដោយសារអាស៊ីតដែរគាត់ស្គាល់ហើយគាត់បានត្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាស្ត្រីហ្នឹងឥឡូវនៅស្រុកធំនឹងធម្មតាតែខ្ញុំត្រូវធ្លានហ្នឹងដូចខ្ញុំបាត់អស់ស្នាដៃទីថាអត់គិតចាប់អារម្មណ៍អីប៉ុន្តែមានមិត្តភ័ក្តិគាត់ស្គាល់គាត់លើកទឹកចិត្តខ្ញុំគាត់ថាកុំឲ្យគិតខ្លីចង់សម្លាប់ខ្លួនអីទីទ្រោះរូបកាយរបស់យើងតែដែលយើងស្លាប់ទៅខ្លាចជាធូលីដីអស់ហើយយើងមានចិត្តតស៊ូជាយានក្នុងការរស់នៅហើយតែនោះធ្វើឲ្យខ្ញុំមានកម្លាំងចិត្តបន្តិច
Sri On's case is not unusual. Anne Holmes is a photojournalist who is documenting Cambodia's acid survivors.
Most of the people I interviewed had not seen their perpetrators end up in jail. Either they didn't follow through with the prosecution because they were attacked a long time ago, or the individual fled or is still being pursued, in quotation marks.
The Cambodian Acid Survivors Charity has made 5 attempts to stiffen the criminal law. They have always failed. Then, in 2010, 40 innocent people are attacked and the charity tries again. This time, the law passes. The new law calls for prison sentences for attackers based on the injuries inflicted. Kong Tu's case comes to trial in March 2013, just after the law is passed. But she fears that the judge will allow the gangster to go free. He attacked her before the law was passed.
រយៈពេលម៉ោង8ហើយដល់ពេលខ្ញុំឃើញមុខជនល្មើសហ្នឹងមានអារម្មណ៍ដុកដួលមិនគួរណាដែរវាក្មេងសោះដែលវាធ្វើអំពើហិង្សាជះអាស៊ីតមកលើរូបយ៉ាងខ្ញុំ
The verdict is a surprise.
The perpetrator rose before the judge and made his plea, and the judge listened, and then he asked Kong Tuk to rise. She had been sitting in the corner and he hadn't seen her yet, and when she rose and he saw the state of her face, he just took one look at the perpetrator and said no, and that was the end of the story. He seemed visibly shocked by what the young man had done to her.
Kolap receives the toughest sentence allowed under the law, 10 years.
ក្រោយពីឈ្នះក្តីមកខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍រំភើបថាតុលាការដំបងខេត្តហើយនឹងសាលាអូតូខាងភ្នំពេញជួយរកយុត្តិធម៌ឲ្យនាងខ្ញុំដល់ត្រឹមត្រូវ
It was a really intense moment because she won. The perpetrator came out and his mother was there, and she started screaming, saying, you know, he's much too young and no sign of remorse whatsoever from the family, which was shocking. But it was a moment of triumph for her and for all the other survivors who accompanied her on the trial date.
The new restrictions on acid sales, combined with tougher sentences, may already be showing results. Reported attacks have dropped 73%. In 2010, there were 40 cases, but just 15 in 2012.
The more that these cases make it through the courts, the more it's publicized in the press, the more the message will be communicated to the public that this is a crime that is taken seriously.
Kong Tu is now focused on healing. Since the verdict was announced, she's become active once again in her village and no longer worries that people blame her for the attack. And every 2 months, she travels to meet with other survivors, where she learns about the latest developments and meets one-on-one with a trained counsellor who is an acid attack victim himself.
The peer counseling aspect of our support is very important. Who better to understand what a survivor has gone through than another survivor themselves?
Counsellor Som Bunarith was left completely blind after his wife attacked him.
អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំតែងតែទៅខាងក្រៅដើម្បីញ៉ាំបៀជាមួយមិត្តភ័ក្តិធ្វើការជាមួយគ្នាហើយការទៅក្រៅនោះប្រហែលជាប្រពន្ធខ្ញុំប្រចាំអញ្ចឹងមានស្រីធម្មតាអញ្ចឹងទៅញ៉ាំអញ្ចឹងមានស្រីឡង់សេមានអីអញ្ចឹងទៅគួយចិត្តគួយអីអញ្ចឹងទៅមកដល់ផ្ទះវិញប្រពន្ធរករឿងអីអញ្ចឹងទៅចាប់ដើមជះអាស៊ីតដាក់ខ្ញុំបណ្ដោយ
In India, the majority of acid crimes are committed by men, but in Cambodia, the opposite is true. Acid attackers are mostly women.
Acid is an easy weapon, and perhaps even more so for women, because you can approach someone with a glass of what looks like water and attack.
Like most survivors, Som had thoughts of suicide after his attack. He was saved, he says, when he learned to counsel others.
ខ្ញុំស្ដារឡើងវិញមិនខ្ញុំក្រោកឈរឡើងខ្ញុំរៀនបានហើយខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍មួយថាខ្ញុំសប្បាយរីករាយណាស់ដែលអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំធ្វើបានរហូតដល់អង្គការនេះបានយកខ្ញុំធ្វើជាបុគ្គលិកហើយបញ្ជូនខ្ញុំទៅផ្ទះបងហ្នឹងមានទីចូលរួមជាមួយគូនលីនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះដែរ
Sri On just recently found her way to the Acid Survivors Charity. Sri On is now teaching other survivors a skill, knitting.
ត្រឹងខ្ញុំដឹងថាអ្នកពិការផ្នែកពីដាក់ក្នុងការរកស៊ីអីអញ្ចឹងដល់ចេះចាក់ទៅយើងអាចលក់បានអីបានតែនោះខ្ញុំនឹងរៀនដល់គាត់ដោយទុកចិត្តខ្លួនឯងថាខ្ញុំនឹងរៀនបានខ្ញុំនឹងរៀនចាក់អីអញ្ចឹងពួកគាត់ចេះហើយបានធ្វើខ្ញុំមានចិត្តក្លាហានថាខ្ញុំមានកำลังមួយថាខ្ញុំអាចធ្វើការដោយគេអ្នកផ្នែកភ្លឺបានធ្វើឲ្យខ្ញុំមានកម្លាំងចិត្តតស៊ូក្នុងការរស់នៅអត់ឲ្យខ្ញុំអស់សង្ឃឹមទៀតហើយឲ្យខ្ញុំកុំឲ្យខ្ញុំមានគំនិតគិតថាចង់សម្លាប់ខ្លួនចង់អីទៀតចឹង
Kong Tu's counseling sessions helped to calm her nerves as she pursued her case against her attacker.
អ្នកជំងឺពេលដែលគាត់បានឃើញអ្នកជំងឺនៅទីនេះហើយ
មុននឹងពេលដែលមកនឹងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍លំបាកផ្លូវចិត្តខ្ញុំគឺថាលំបាកគិតច្រើនណាម្យ៉ាងទៀតនៅក្រុមកូនចៅនៅផ្ទះមិនដឹងយ៉ាងម៉េចប្រហែលជាមកគេលបធ្វើកូនខ្ញុំទៀតអីអញ្ចឹងយូរទៅហើយលោកសោកវណ្ណរិទ្ធនោះគាត់អប់រំខាងផ្លូវចិត្តសពគ្រប់ទៅខ្ញុំនឹងកាត់ភាពខ្លះតែថាប្រហែលជាវាមិនអាចហ៊ានដល់ទៅធ្វើអញ្ចឹងទៀតដល់កូនខ្ញុំទេយ៉ាង ដែលយើងជាជនរងគ្រោះហ្នឹងមកជួបជុំគ្នានឹងកាត់អារម្មណ៍ឲ្យសប្បាយ
Survivors have good days, survivors have bad days. There's times when they feel strong, and then months later, something can remind them of what they've had to overcome. And it just takes time to heal.
In India, it is the Hindu festival of Deepavali, a celebration of light over darkness. Laxmi Agrawal joins the festivities with new strength, found in her friendships with her fellow survivors.
और जितनी भी मेरी फ्रेंड्स हैं और भी सर्वाइवर फ्रेंड्स हैं, जिस तरीके से अभी मैं चाहती हूँ कि आगे चल के मैं भी उनके लिए कुछ करूँ और कुछ सपोर्ट करूँ, कि ताकि आगे चल के मतलब वो भी एक हिम्मत, आज मैं जितनी भी फ्रेंड्स से मिलती हूँ तो वो लोग इतना मतलब हिम्मत आता है उनके अंदर और इतनी आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश करती है कि मुझे और ज़्यादा हिम्मत मिलती है, तो मैं हार नहीं मानती हूँ.
More and more, acid attack survivors are refusing to hide themselves away. Their shame is disappearing. They are finding the strength to show their true selves to the world and to turn their faces to the future.